host with the most credible. As always, I have a very special treat for you today. I am talking about a movie that I just watched the first time on Netflix. Liked it so much that I actually bought myself a copy of it, and that movie is Ex Machina from 2014. Now, this movie was actually recommended to me months ago by my good buddy Jeremy from work. And when I say months ago, I mean he recommended this to me back in like October of last year. Yeah, that's how long it's taken me to get to this movie. But you can actually watch this on Netflix. I believe it might also be on Prime. Not 100% sure if it's free to stream, but it is definitely on Netflix. I highly encourage all of you to go check this movie out. And I know even a few of you guys, when I posted this on the Instagrammy Grammys and Facebook, a few of you guys were actually saying how much you love this movie. I truly fell in love with this movie. I've only watched it once. I was going to actually try and watch it again before I did this review. But like, I just really want to watch this again. This is how good this movie is. I'm probably going to spoil this, although I feel like once you're kind of watching this and you're putting things together, you know what's going to happen by the end. So if you really don't want to have this spoiled for me, if I do spoil this movie, please turn me off, go to Netflix, watch this movie, and then come back and see my face. I'm just saying. So this movie, basic premise is this gentleman, Caleb, has what he thinks has won sort of a contest at work to go basically to like his boss's place or something, or a higher up, basically his boss, I believe, Nathan, to kind of test out this new artificial intelligence robot. He really kind of wants to see how it's going to interact, and he's kind of doing a study sort of how do people really kind of develop and everything. Is it getting to know people? Is it just, are we automatically programmed this way? So he's just, this is kind of like the pitch he's selling him and everything. And little by little, we kind of go through this movie and start realizing certain things about this robot, Ava. Now, we come to find out, we think that Ava is kind of like the first of her kind, basically. And as we go on, we realize that Ava is, like, basically the newest version of this AI and everything. And that there's been other robots before this and everything. And just sort of realizing what these other robots kind of, like, what ends up becoming of these other robots and everything. And here's the thing, Caleb starts to kind of develop feelings towards Ava. You're kind of like, wait, what? No, don't worry, there's no like robot sex between Ava and Caleb or anything, but you can definitely tell that there is some feelings starting to develop and everything. And he doesn't want to see the same fate happen to Ava as these other robots and everything. And you're kind of like, well, dude, it's a robot. But even for a viewer, you start to kind of side with Ava and everything, because she's basically, even though she's a robot, she's pretty much being contained like a prisoner in a room. Only source of interaction she has is with Caleb, basically. And it's like, so you start to really kind of understand where Caleb's coming from with this robot, with Ava and everything. So, yeah. And here's the thing, too. Like, there's also, throughout the movie, because they're being monitored by Nathan to see, like, how the testing's going, but he doesn't want to necessarily, like, interfere with their interactions and everything, so that way he's kind of, like, out of the room, he's kind of seeing, like, what's going on, the conversations and everything. But there will be pretty much, like, many little power outages, therefore Nathan cannot see what is going on between them. If there's a power outage while they're having a session and everything, you think that it's just, like, the power going out, these generators are kind of just failing for a few minutes or whatever. These sort of were supposed to be like the state of the art generators that are supposed to never, like, break down or anything. But of course, even that, you kind of start quickly realizing, like, wait a second, like, maybe Ava is doing some of this power outage and everything. Maybe she's a little smarter than she realizes, and maybe she's kind of feeling the waters a little bit. And that's very interesting because that does come into play later. Because we actually, fuck it, I'm spoiling it. So basically, we come to find out from Nathan that he was actually the test for Ava. It wasn't the other way around. So yeah, it's this is why we need to not trust technology so much. I'm just saying. But no, it definitely goes through definitely a lot of different things about technology. It's a good social commentary about technology and how much we are very dependent on technology. I mean, literally, there's so many of us who have our houses like literally connected to our phones with like security cameras and everything. We can check it from like halfway across the world to see if someone's breaking in and stuff. And it's kind of like, yeah, as much as it can be good, sometimes like this, it might not be a very good thing. It's in all honesty, maybe we shouldn't have all this sort of like technology and everything, but hey, whatever. This is one of those things too that like if this was kind of turned into say like a TV series or something, if done right, I think could really sort of lead to a lot of other interesting things. Because with what we have at the end, with Ava pretty much turning the tables, breaking free and everything, leaving Caleb inside and everything, and now has like a free life and everything, that would be kind of interesting to see sort of like her life outside of the world, her influence on the world and everything, and on other technology and everything, especially if you do not realize that this girl is a robot and you think, oh, this is just someone straight out of like MIT or something, it's got great credentials and everything, and takes over the fucking world. No, but if you like anything sort of like, with technology or anything, check this one out, you guys. I know a lot of you guys are horror fans and everything. A lot of you guys are going to really love this movie. Check it out. Like I said, it is on Netflix right now. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I know a lot of you guys have already seen this, so let me know what you think in the comments. But till next time, as always, stay creepy, classy, and a little bit sassy.